I'm officially live. I'm gonna ensure you're all able to hear me. The fuck? Does it take quite a while for my shit to go live? Am I not live? Wow, like...
No, it's not a cigarette. Finding my center before I practice.
But yo, what's good, chat? How y'all feeling today? I'm feeling blessed. Back with more of me playing GT5 Online. Going to do plenty of missions solo. But yeah, chat. As I specifically mentioned within my recent live stream, just overall, you know, because not necessarily the last live stream, especially when I was streaming that Fortnite game, and then the last live stream wasn't, you know. So as I specifically mentioned within my recent live streams, pretty much 3 live streams ago. So not the 2 live streams, the one that I was streaming with my homie Andrew. I was mentioning shit before when he was AFK. But overall, chat, as I specifically mentioned with some of my recent live streams, and as I'm gonna specifically mention within this current live stream, is that full, maximum, or max mental maturity 7+, the brain is fully formed and fully developed after birth, and despite the age requirement laws being temporarily, like overall, you know, so. And what I mean by that, like, when I mean by despite the age requirement laws being temporarily, like overall, you know, so. I mean, like, see me chat. I mean, like, for example, like everything I specifically mentioned for 7+, like how sex is for pleasure, marriage, wedding, making out, dating, going on a date, gambling at a casino, online gambling, getting a lottery ticket, heading to a strip club, and nightclub, which is nightclub specifically for dancing for 7+, and and nightclub is see me chat. Because strip club is gonna be for sex for pleasure, or just to pleasure both sexual moment, physically, obviously. Or lap dancing, naked or whatever, at a strip club specifically for 7+. And then a nightclub specifically for dancing. Typically, 11 or 12+ would typically be for pregnancy, alcohol, drinking alcohol, enlisting in the military, owning a weapon, leaving, or like getting your own place. Oh no, getting a weapon, 7+. But enlisting in the military is not. It's typically 11 or 12+, and moving out is typically 11 or 12+. Especially getting a tattoo, drinking, obviously, and getting pregnant is typically 11 or 12+. Just everything I specifically mentioned, like overall, you know, so you know, so. And another thing I specifically mentioned was in my recent live streams, and what I'm going to specifically mention in this current live stream is that I'm physically young, obviously. I'm chronologically 20 and a half, gonna be chronologically 21 on exactly January 11th of 2026 in exactly 1 more month. Man, I'm just so excited, looking forward to that shit. See me chat. Bro, we are close, chat. Well, I'm close. I am close, chat. So yeah, meaning like 11, 12+ would typically be for drinking. And I'm mentally wise. Meaning like I'm more mentally wiser than all of the individuals I specifically mentioned within my recent live streams, like overall, and what I could possibly mention was in my future live streams that I've outsmarted. Pretty much all the specific individuals, chat. Like all the specific individuals, chat, that I specifically mentioned that I've outsmarted. Like all of the individuals I specifically mentioned, chat, that I've outsmarted, that I specifically mentioned was in my recent live streams, what I could possibly mention was in this current live stream, possibly not though, who knows, or what I could possibly mention was in my future live streams overall, like overall, you know, so you know, so. So that's what I'm referring to specifically. And And another thing I want to specifically mention as well is that I'm not necessarily an asshole. I'm not necessarily a dumbass, and I'm pretty much a smartass. Like I am the smartass. Like overall, so. So that's just what I want to mention as well. Oh, another thing. Something I've mentioned was in my recent live stream chat, like overall, so. And what I want to possibly mention was in this current live stream. I was thinking to myself, like, I want to mention it, like, earlier when I first started live streaming, just overall today. But, well, yesterday pretty much, because 1:40 a.m. at the very moment. But something I just want to mention and get off my chest. Not a bad thing. It's not a bad thing. So you know how I specifically mentioned I want to remove the word minor once me and Farhan are dual presidents on exactly the year, on exactly the year of 2026, next year of like 2026, like me and him being dual presidents within the Republican Party, like political party. Once me and him place an impeachment towards Donald Trump within Washington D.C. and remove him from office, so that me and Farhan could be in office, like either on October or a bit earlier than October. I would say a bit earlier than October because I feel like an impeachment is very simple. It would take like a couple weeks, several weeks, possibly a couple months. So if I were to place that like July, I would hope it's either August to September or from July to August. Hoping it's August. I love the month of August, chat. Are months temporarily? I would say so because other planets have plenty of months. Months are overall determined by the planet orbit because it has to orbit because it balances the planet temperature. And our planet is the first one, pretty much the first Earth, the original world, the first planet, the original planet. It's like interesting. It's the sinful because of sin, slash fallen because of how it's fallen through Satan. State because of the state of being of what our world currently is, slash version of itself, meaning slash world of its pretty much sinful slash fallen state slash version of this world, pretty much. And when I mean by version, meaning the version this world has become. I do not love the ocean, aka the Great Flood. I do not love the PS4. I don't even love the PS5. I like the PS5 because of the entertainment, but this is a temporary experience, chat. So anyway, back to what I was mentioning, chat. I feel like the word minor should be removed, and I've specifically mentioned this was in my recent live stream, so you all should know. And I'm gonna mention this was in my current live stream, like overall, so like, how I mentioned like you shouldn't assume that younger individuals, like from 7 plus to 17, meaning like from 7 years old to 17, because people think like, oh, if you're under 18, from 7 to 17, you're considered mentally immature and mentally weak, and just less important, like you're less important to society, and that older individuals are arrogant to those under those ages, like under the age of 18. It's just quite fucked. And I feel like mental immaturity and mental weakness is determined by whether you're doing it through Satan or through God and my Jesus Christ. Through God and my Jesus Christ, it's mental maturity and mental strength. Through Satan, it's mental weakness and mental immaturity. And I feel like we are fully maximum or max mentally mature, which is obviously 7 plus. Pretty much fully slash maximum, oh no, fully maximum or max mental strength as well, which is, so pretty much we are fully, we are, so pretty much chat, we are fully maximum or max mentally mature and fully maximum or max mental strength, which is obviously 7 plus, from 7, pretty much from 7 years old to beyond that point, chat. Pretty much just beyond that, chat. Which is overall 7 plus. For both boys slash men slash guys slash males and girls slash women slash ladies slash females, pretty much 7 plus. From 7 years old and beyond that point. And just overall beyond that, chat. Like 7 plus, like overall, so. And that chat is through God Almighty Jesus Christ. So I feel like the word minor should just be removed. And people are saying, I'm a minor, you can't have sex with me. You're like 28 or 21 or 20 or 19 or 18. Yeah, you can't have sex with me. Or pretty much in their 20s or older. It's just quite stupid. I feel like you shouldn't use that. And if I do make that change next year, like me and Farhan specifically, just changes overall, like whether political changes or just changes overall, like me and him are gonna change, like overall, like next year of 2026, like overall, so like me and Farhan specifically are gonna change overall, like next year of 2026, like overall, so I feel like the word minor would permanently be removed eternally and should obviously be indefinitely, which that would be sinful / illegal to consider yourself as one and to consider someone else as one for those who are younger. So excuse me, chat. And I feel calling yourself that because of certain things people can do with you, like offering you alcohol and all that. No, don't be like, oh, I'm a minor, I can't get alcohol, I'm too young. First of all, you're not a minor. That shouldn't necessarily be a thing. The word minor, no. And second of all, you're allowed to have a drink. Don't be like, oh, I'm a minor, I can't have a drink. Oh yeah, no. And don't say, oh, I'm too young. Don't, because the word minor is gonna be removed permanently, eternally, and indefinitely, which means pretty much sinful / illegal. And saying like, oh, I'm too young, you're meant to be physically young. I'm physically young. If you're saying like you're mentally immature and mentally weak, that's through Satan. Do it through God Almighty Jesus Christ. Meaning like having that full maximum or max mental maturity, which is 7+ obviously, and full maximum or max mental strength, which is obviously 7+ as well. Chat. Which is through God Almighty Jesus Christ. Because God Almighty Jesus Christ preached at 7 years old, and Adam and Eve remained at 7 years old. From the day they were in the Garden of Eden, to the day they had to leave because of Satan, obviously, not Adam and Eve, because of Satan, and to the day they enter heaven, and how they're still 7 at the moment, because they're currently in heaven, and just overall, so like, because I mentioned before that full maximum or max mental maturity is 7+, chat, and full maximum or max mental maturity is not necessarily 17+ or 18+. Like full maximum or max mental maturity, like, my bad, the trolley was making that sound, so my bad. But like full maximum or max mental maturity is not, yeah, because full maximum or max mental maturity is not necessarily 17+ or 18+, chat. It's not. It's neither of those ages. So pretty much, they are myth and assumptions made by the U.S. government and certain countries' government. Pretty much specifically of that country government, like overall, so. Just like how some people think that your brain, whereas like your brain, chat, it's fully formed and fully developed after birth. And some people think that, oh, your brain is fully formed and fully developed, and where you would reach full maximum or max mental maturity, 25+, 30+, or 35+, those 3 ages I specifically mentioned, where certain individuals think that the brain is fully formed and fully developed, and where you would reach full maximum or max mental maturity. 25+, 30+, or 35+. I feel like those 3 ages, chat, are overall myth and assumptions as well, made by the U.S. psychologists and neuroscientists, and certain countries' psychologists and neuroscientists as well. So I feel like that the facts is that full maximum or max mental maturity is 7 plus. The brain is fully formed and fully developed after birth. And despite the age requirement laws being temporarily, like overall, so. And as well, chat, the facts as well is that full maximum or max mental strength as well, which the facts is that it's 7 plus. Not necessarily 17 plus, not necessarily 18 plus, not necessarily 20 plus, not necessarily 21 plus either, not necessarily 25 plus, not necessarily 30 plus, and not necessarily 35 plus. All these ages I specifically mentioned are overall myth and assumptions, just overall what I specifically mentioned about them, because the facts is that just overall, chat, full maximum or max mental maturity 7 plus, and full maximum or max mental strengths 7 plus. Just the overall, so anyway, chat, yeah, without further ado, let's get straight to the shit. But man, my dick is getting hard because I was just thinking about some little girls, like younger girls. Because hey, if me and Farhan make those changes, oh shit. See, when someone's watching, you're like, oh shit. But at the same time, I specifically mentioned that me and Farhan are gonna make these changes next year, like next year of 2026, like whether it's political changes or just changes overall, like whether it's for ratings, like video games, TV shows, movies. And TV series are TV shows, it's just as a series, like a mini movie, like each episode within each season, like from season 1 and beyond those seasons. But yeah, like me and Farhan overall are gonna make changes overall, like next year of 2026, like overall, so which I'm hoping it's next year, so. Like how I was mentioning to my homie, like how they mentioned, like, oh, younger individuals are more likely to get into car accidents and drink and drive within their teen phase. A teen is physically, not necessarily mentally, like overall, so. Because full mental mature, because chat. Oh yeah. Hold on. Why am I? Well, I'm in a parking. Hold on. Because chat, like I specifically mentioned, chat. Because full maximum or max mental maturity 7 plus, and full maximum or max mental maturity, or excuse me, no. Because I specifically mentioned that full maximum or max mental maturity 7 plus. So yeah, full maximum or max mental maturity 7 plus, and as well full maximum or max mental strength 7 plus. Like overall, so. But yeah, overall, chat. Yeah, that's the whole point why I want to consider removing the word minor. Just overall, like whether you're temporarily, kind of physically a kid/child within your mortal body, like from 7 to 9, obviously. Simply because they as well would obviously have full maximum or max mental maturity 7 plus, and full maximum or max mental strength 7 plus, obviously. From 7 years old and beyond that point, pretty much beyond that overall, like overall, so. Like pretty much 7 plus, chat. For both boys/men/guys/males, and girls/women/ladies/females, chat. So overall, like 7 plus, chat. Like overall, so. And those who are preteens, like pretty much temporarily, physically, and adolescent within their mortal body. So preteens 10 to 12, and teenagers 13 to 19 is pretty much a teenager, but they would consider then they would consider someone a minor from like under the age of 18. Which overall, I don't agree on the 18 plus shit. So overall, chat, I'm gonna remove the word minor, meaning you could do whatever when me and Farhan make these changes next year, like overall, like next year of 2026, like overall, so
How's it going?
it's going great, Simeon, and I'm feeling blessed. Just my dick is hard, like my dick in real life, chat. It's just that like. Because you know what I mentioned earlier, who I'm thinking about. And obviously YouTube is going to keep it private as well, but I'm going to have to admit it and I'm going to have to mention it, but I low-key have a crush on Haven and Cody. Just hope nobody is a fan, because then they'll be like, ew. Because you know how some people are going to be judgmental. But when me and Farhan make these changes next year, like next year 2026, like overall, so yeah, they wouldn't necessarily know. That's why I mentioned that YouTube's gonna keep it private, like overall, so I mean, I do. But do I have a crush on them sexually, like wanting to physically do with them? I mean, they're not able to get pregnant. They're both 9 years old. They can only get penetrated. I mean, if me and Farhan make these changes next year, like next year 2026, like overall, so then I'll have to see. Yeah, I mean, I possibly would. Or wait until they're 11. Oh, no, they'll still be 10. But, like, I'll wait until 2 more years, because just whenever I meet them. It's either next year or the year after. Like, I would have to possibly see. Oh, yeah, another thing as well is that if you show your face to people, then there's a more likely chance you won't feel like you're anxious. I mean, hey, because I want to meet them someday. Cody definitely, though, because she got that blonde hair. Y'all know I love blondies. The younger ones, though. Because my girl, when I first met her, I'm like, damn, do you have blonde hair? But she have highlights. I don't actually care if my girl have highlights. I don't even care if my daughters have highlights. Okay, boys out here, they absolutely could. It's like genderless, like, and you can pretty much dye your hair like any age. A baby can't, because they're not bare. Their hair is still developing, and your hair is like fully developed when they're fully a kid. Meaning temporally, physically a kid / child within a motor body. But yeah, Chad, that's the whole point why I'm gonna remove the word minor. Like over, so. But yeah, anyway, Chad, yeah, well, without further ado, let's get straight to this shit. Hold up. Hold up, let me see where I left off. Your hair, I mean, hey, if me and Farhan make these changes next year, like next year. But when me and Farhan make these changes next year, it's just that, like, because you know what I mentioned earlier, who I'm thinking about. I don't agree on the 18 plus shit. So, teenagers, 13, boys / men / guys / males, and girls / women / ladies / oh yeah, no, I know what I was gonna mention. So yeah, just for drinking, yeah, you won't. I'm gonna be honest, you won't necessarily. I mean, look at Aiden, like Aiden, a.k.a. Joker, or Joe Phoenix, pretty much Joker. He specifically mentioned, and yeah, he doesn't have mood swings, so I can play with him whenever. So, Holton, if you're watching, man, I hope you don't have those mood swings, cause like that really offended me when you like yelled at me to hop on the motorcycle. I don't like that. Like, I don't like when people have mood swings. I am about that. I never had mood swings. I would typically if like my head hurts or if I woken up. Well, actually not really. If I wake up, I wouldn't have mood swings. I feel like it's more of like how you're raised and if you're gonna take on these angers on people. Could people say, oh, if you're a girl slash woman slash lady slash female, you would? You won't. Chat, you know. But yeah, when I say boy slash man, yeah, you know what I mean. When I mention that, so a boy is a description of a gender. Like I'm a male, so I'm pretty much a boy. It describes me of who I am. Like I'm a boy. Man would pretty much mean if you have full maximum or max mental maturity and full max or maximum, or excuse me, full maximum or max mental strength, 7+. That's pretty much what a man means. Meaning like you are. That's pretty much what it means. It's more of mentally, not necessarily physically. That just means you're fully developed as a adolescent. Well, pretty much what's in your late teens as an adolescent. Like temporally, physically, an adolescent, what's in your motor body. Because adolescent is an English or angelic word because English means that the angelic language, which was through God Almighty Jesus Christ, that's how it always existed. Pretty much God Almighty Jesus Christ created that language. Well, no, it just came to being, so meaning it has always existed. No beginning, no ending. But when it was rediscovered, it was referred to as English because it was rediscovered within England, within the United Kingdom. But yeah, that's the whole point how it came to being. Hold on, let's buy body armor. I'm gonna consider purchasing a body armor. And it won't necessarily waste as much money. Like, I feel I would have enough.
I'm in a world of my own. Oh man!
Watch this.
Oh shit!
Why did it cut on me? Gonna come block? But yeah, that's what a man means. A guy?
Hey, what's going on?
A specific male?
So you don't want to get in serious trouble, huh? Okay, leave it with me.
Pretty sure that's what a male, not male, I'm pretty sure that's what a guy means. And then a male obviously means is the specific gender. So girl is the description of that gender, woman, same thing as man, just for a girl specifically. Lady. Or a guy. Pretty sure it means like if you're righteous, like I'm the guy, like I'm the good guy, I'm the great guy. So guy just means I am that, but as a boy, you know. For I'm the lady. Pretty much something respectful you do, but it's like gender specific, and obviously female means the gender itself, like what's the specific gender. So yeah, that's what it means. So those words I specifically mentioned, like boy slash man slash guy slash male and girl slash woman slash lady slash female, it's pretty much 7+. Like from 7+, you know. Pretty much from 7 years old and beyond that point. Pretty much like beyond that. Chat. Pretty much 7+ itself. Like over enough to enough. Y'all know I knew where I was heading towards. I just wanted to mark it. Just to ensure. But yeah, Cody, yeah, she's badass. And yeah, Haven and Cody, they're both twins. So hope you can keep it by what I mentioned because I am wanting to perform it. I just want to keep it low key. And I feel like if I'm a celebrity, I could take them out and their mom wouldn't necessarily mind. She would be like, yeah, that'd be cool. But she doesn't know that I'm gonna take the modification to my crib. Treat them with whatever. But they'll be 10, so they can't drink, unfortunately. Whoa. Yo, what's good, AZ? How you feeling, brother? I was like, who's chatting? I just don't want people to judge about what I was supposed to be mentioning. I am doing great, feeling blessed. How about you? Are you able to freestyle roleplay today? Yeah, my bad. I am gonna surprise my homie, so when I surprise my homie, well, he's not awake, he's sleeping, but I'm gonna surprise my homie today. Today is his birthday too, so I'm gonna wish him a happy birthday. He mentioned he doesn't want multiple people mentioning it, so if it's just me, so that's all. That's all that overall matters.
You know what a BBW is? Me.
Let me know if you need anything.
Beautiful woman. I know.
Oops. No, I'm at the gun store.
That's crazy.
Why are they all smoking like that? Yeah, for sure, AZ. It's all good. Oh yeah, I'm gonna play The Walking Dead Season 4 afterwards, so just FYI, be sure to stay tuned for that as well. I'll be sure to let you know, yeah, I'll be sure to let you know, because I'm gonna consider watching WWE as well and just finish that shit. One of the gun stores nearby as well. Hold on, let me see where I left off, before I, you know. He specifically mentioned, and yeah, he doesn't have mood swings, I can plus him whatever. I am about that. I never had mood swings. But yeah, that's what it means. But yeah, cause like, he mentioned he's gonna drink and just be drunk. That's what Joker mentioned. But being drunk, depends on the actions. Because they mentioned it's a sin, typically depending on the shit. I am overall available during that to be able to roleplay. I definitely am, but like I mentioned, I'll be sure to let you know. But I possibly will possibly be.
Man, these young.
Sure. Because I am going to surprise my homie, so I'm going to surprise him real quick, and then do a couple heist preps, which is the Kiro Perico submarine chat. Pretty much the Kiro Perico heist itself we're going to consider doing. Me and my homie Angel, so I'm going to surprise him with that. Today's his birthday, so I want to make him happy. No guns.
Stop all the killing and robbing in this place? Every one of the sheep out there owning a piece.
For sure. Yeah, I have plenty. Because they're very affordable. You are able to buy it.
I can tell we are gonna get along famously.
Hell yeah. But yeah, the whole point why I mentioned guns is 7+, because AJ had a revolver and it was light. So it's more of the gun itself. But we'll see. There could be like certain ages for it. They can mention like what your age is. Have you went to puberty and your growth spurt? Just great to question, but if you know that they look tall enough, seem like that they are going to puberty, and you can notice that they're over whatever age, specifically for the age limit when I choose those perfect ages, like when me and Farhan overall make these changes overall, like these political changes, or just changes overall, like any changes specifically, especially political changes, like when me and Farhan, Azara make these changes next year, like next year of 2026, like overall, you know, so, like, you know, so, like, you know, when me and Farhan overall make these changes, like, overall make these changes, chat, like, you know, next year of 2026, like, overall, you know, so, then, you know, like, overall, you know, so. Anyway, hold on, let me see what AZ is mentioning. You mean my chat, AZ, I get you would at certain time forget. But yeah, just know it's referred to as chat, not comments. How would you know if I'm online? Did you see my computer? Wow. I get it's typo, but I'm not gonna judge you, so I figured, you know, might as well mention it as a joke. Oh man. But yeah, AJ had a revolver, and I just feel like, you know, plus if you want to hunt at a very young age, then, you know, 7+ will be doable. Plus, sniper rifles are very light, I would figure. And my arms are skinny, and I have quite a bit of muscles. I'm at my peak though because I'm fully developed, so just feels great too, but I would hope that I'm like Adam Eve essentially. But hey, I'm within my mortal body, and I should be grateful that I'm living for God of my Jesus Christ and not constantly complaining, you know. Like, my body is perfect, so despite it being temporarily, it's overall perfect, you know. Like overall, so.
You know, you can never do enough ab work.
But give me a minute, I'm gonna think about something personal. My bad, chat. I was thinking about something personal real quick. Like overall, so you know. How can I know if you are available for Fortnite? If I call you or text you. Yes, I definitely am. Cause I'm talking a bit louder. Like, okay, like who cares if someone's sleeping? That is cool. Yeah, that's cool. Definitely get the battle pass. I'm almost like I got the victory umbrella. It's not bad. I mean, it's aight. And I feel that. Like, what's your thoughts on the umbrella? If you haven't got the victory, it's all good. But what's your thoughts on that shit? Gotta be honest, AZ. I mean, hey, obviously you're honest, but I'm just saying. Because I used to mention to my girl, I used to mention to her, be honest. But she doesn't like that. Apparently she gets offended. Well, actually she doesn't, but it may seem like she would get offended, who knows. Someone crying in the game? I would hope nobody's crying in the game. Absolutely, AZ! Absolutely, I'm actually quite done with week 1 almost. Or quite a bit. So, but yeah, that's why I'm gonna surprise my homie. Oh my gosh, I'm just gonna get it like naturally, the submarine. I'm not able to upgrade. That'll possibly be like me making more money. Which I feel like the Caraparico you get more. Like you make more money. So hold up. Would I get 2 mil? Damn, I'm not able to. Don't worry, potentially. I say like, yeah, might as well help you. But yeah, that's the whole point of having a revolver for AJ. Or like why AJ's gonna have a revolver. Because my kids are gonna like hunt at a young age as well. Hunt at a young age and have a gun at a young age. But yeah, that's what yeah, I was just checking, like wanting to see where I left off. But yeah, Aiden, yeah, he mentioned that he would drink, he wouldn't necessarily mind drinking. He said that he would get drunk and get high. I'll just mention to him, don't be an alcoholic. But yeah, like people mention like, oh, if you. But yeah, about the teen part, like you're physically 18, huh? Yeah, anyway. But yeah, teen is like physically, Chad, because you're temporarily physically an adolescent within your mortal body. I'm gonna be a bit quiet. No offense, but not too quiet like I am at my dad's place, but I know, temporarily physically an adolescent within your mortal body. And yeah, temporarily physically an adolescent within your mortal body. And pretty much a teenager is like you're physically developing rapidly. That's like physically, like a physical stage within like no, temporally physically an adolescent. So pretty much adolescent is a phase. Teenager is a stage of being an adolescent, like temporally physically an adolescent, like temporally physically an adolescent within your mortal body, like overall, so yeah, temporally physically an adolescent within your mortal body as a stage, and teenager is physically, so it's a physical phase as like being an adolescent, like temporarily physically an adolescent within your mortal body, like overall, so pretty much like people think like, oh, if you're they would be like, oh, the reason why we raised drinking age to 21 is because teenagers, they constantly drink and drive, they get distracted, they have plenty of passengers just drinking and shit, getting drunk into accidents very easily, whether they're drunk or not, like whether they're drinking and driving or not, or oh, they drive past their curfew, the reason why we assign a curfew is because like, oh, they like to just get drunk, get high, just drink, be intoxicated and shit. That is BS. It's more of like your decision itself, you know? Like overall, you know, so I feel like that's BS. Especially where you mentioned like, oh, if you start drinking at a very young age, there's a more likely chance you would start depending on alcohols in the future. Hey, look at me. I'm depending on alcohol. I drink alcohol every day. I have shots every day. No, that is ridiculous. And yes, I was being sarcastic, Chad. I was being sarcastic. That is ridiculous. No. Especially when you mention like, oh, you can't have twins in your 20s or at a younger age, like possibly 11 or 12 plus typically for pregnancy. When me and Farhan make these changes next year. Yeah, when me and Farhan make these changes next year, Chad. Like, next year of 2026. Like over next year also. Then, yeah, just overall, I feel like you can have twins at a very young age, especially your 20s. Not 30s, I feel like it's BS. I mean, you could in your 30s, but it's not gonna occur, like in terms of having twins when you're in your 30s. And you don't necessarily need to have a bit of weight on you to have twins. You can be skinny and have twins. My girl is skinny. She's got a bit of fat in her, but not too much. And either way, she can have twins. It's more of what God Almighty Jesus Christ provides. And those from heaven that are willing to be within the world and look identical. I would hope to have twins. Possibly both girls. Easier to do, like girl slash woman slash lady slash female. And when they're both 7 plus, like full maximum for max mental maturity and full maximum for max mental strength 7 plus, that'd be cool for them. They'd love it. Like overall, you know, so just any of you all, like just anybody, pretty much anybody who reaches 7 plus, pretty much from 7 years old, like pretty much from 7 years old and beyond that, Chad. Like pretty much from 7 years old and beyond that point, Chad. Pretty much like beyond that, like overall, you know, 7 plus, Chad. Like for both boys slash men slash guys slash males and girls slash women slash ladies slash females. Like overall, you know, so. Just, you know, and another thing is that divorce, there's a lot less likely chance of a divorce occurring in your 30s. No, divorce occurs if you don't go for personality. If you go for the looks, the wealth, or anything that's not necessarily the righteous personality, don't go for the sinful personality. Go for the righteous personality. I mean, my girl have one sinful personality, but it's like very rare, which is like being stubborn and not admitting it to my face or via text message, meaning like within Facebook Messenger specifically. And I can mention to my girl, like whether it's via text message or like pretty much my iMessage or like via Facebook Messenger, she's gotta be honest and admit it to me. Especially like, I love her righteous personality, so that's why I went for her righteous personality tip. Her righteous personality, but like, I feel she's gotta admit it to my face about being stubborn. So I feel like there's a less likely chance for us getting to a divorce, and we're both in our 20s. So I feel like it wouldn't necessarily matter, like overall, you know. So anyway, I gotta consider doing these missions for real. So hold on, let me see what you mentioned, AZ. Can you call me tomorrow afternoon? Within the afternoon or the evening? I will be sure to get the battle pass tomorrow. Are you overall willing to witness it? I want to consider showing you it. Yeah, sure, sure. Yeah, absolutely, AZ. Okay. Let's do plenty of missions, and I'm gonna play the Walking the Season 4 afterwards. Or you know what? Actually, no, I'm gonna consider playing it. Oh, this one. And everything I especially mentioned was in this. But yeah, chat, everything I specifically mentioned within my recent live streams and within this current live stream chat, I'm not gonna necessarily mention what's in my next live stream when I play The Walking Dead Season 4. Or even like when I'm playing with Small Homie Angels, I can for real just get straight within just playing with him and then like surprising him. Like overall, so anyway, yeah, without further ado, let's get straight to the shit. So I gotta for real get a cargo bomb? Damn. But yeah, my kids are gonna play GTA 6 when they're 7 years old, so yeah, 7 plus. They gotta enjoy it. Yeah, I'll make my daughter do whatever. Yeah, about Haven and Cody, so I'm gonna mention about Cody. Yes. And obviously YouTube is gonna keep up what I specifically mentioned. Because I am gonna mention my YouTube celebrities. She's pretty much my Facebook and Instagram celebrity. Pretty much my Insta celebrity. But she is famous. But anyway, so she's 9. Past 7, so like 2 years after 7. Okay. So she's got that full maximum or max mental maturity and full maximum or max mental strength. Pretty much 7 plus. Okay, I see her. I'm overall way past 7, obviously. She is as well because she is 2 years after that. Next year is gonna be 3 years. Right when it was January, but pretty much on your birthday it would seem reasonable, but that's more of like legally. Like for example, if you want to get pregnant 11 or 12 plus when me and Farhan make these changes next year, like next year of 2026. Like, like next year of 2026. Like overall, so then that's what we could possibly do. Like overall, so. So yeah. I may possibly play the. Actually, I want to consider playing The Last of Us. Just love that game. So I may possibly play that at my mom's place. Because I know I played it on the PS5 at my dad's place, but wherever I left off, I'll just redo it and then play it again, but stream it before I left off.
You are dead.
Oh, if you want to drive a helicopter, excuse me, fly a helicopter, you can't drive it. That would be like 11 12 plus. But yeah, that's what I mean by legal, reasonable translation. Aren't I able to... What else can I call Lester? But yeah, Cody, she has freckles. I mean, yeah, they're temporary, but... Okay, people are watching, so I'll mention that later. I'm kidding, chat, because either way, y'all can see it. Just that when someone chats, but it's all good. They're not gonna necessarily judge me. They will know, like, when me and Farhan make these changes next year, like political changes or any changes specifically, especially political changes, like, yeah, especially political changes, like, you know, just changes overall, you know, like next year of 2026, like overall, you know, so yeah, she pretty much has freckles, blonde hair, obviously like brownish blonde hair, like a mix, genetically, like overall, you know, so. Okay, I was gonna say, let me guess. Blue eyes, and possibly a small type of lead, considering that she's 9. 2 years from 7, obviously. 7 plus, because of her full, or just overall, the full maximum or max mental maturity, and full maximum or max mental strength, 7 plus. Pretty much for both boy slash men slash guy slash males and girl slash woman slash slave slash female. Like overall, you know, so just pretty much from 7 years old and beyond that point. Pretty much like beyond that shit. Like, you know, 7 plus overall. Like overall, you know, so. Yeah, helicopter, or not helicopter, car. Possibly gonna skip this. I don't necessarily want to do this shit. What else makes you where I left off? But yeah, yeah, I mentioned like smaller type pussy. Cause she is low-key short. Like, genetics. People say short for the age, or whatever, for that age, but chronological age, chat. Like overall, you know, so. Appearance age won't necessarily determine it either. That's more of the looks, not necessarily the height or anything specific. Like overall, you know, so. So yeah, I figured she would have a smaller, yeah, small type of C. 2 years from 7 years old. Just, you know, 7 plus, just overall. Like overall, you know, so. And Haven, she got that brown hair, brown eyes, quite a bit of freckles, similar skin tone like Cody's, but a bit of tan. Cody's got, she doesn't necessarily have any tan. Seems like she's quite a bit like a mix of European Mexican mix or whatever. Like overall, you know, so. But yeah, hoping YouTube can keep track of what I supposed to mention, like overall, you know, so. But bro, this is a cool game. I want to for real live in LA. Thinking of what years though. Possibly 2034. Actually no, 2035. That's when I want to consider moving to Los Angeles. So give me like 10 years from now and then I'll possibly move there. Because Mega Mansion's gonna take a while. It's gonna be from 2027 to 2035. So that'd be like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 years, wow. I figured so. Hold on, I'm gonna think about something personal real quick. My bad, chat. I was thinking about something personal again, real quick. Like overall, you know, since you know, so. But yeah, Cody, she is hot as fuck. Pretty sure y'all think that I'm gonna possibly fuck Cody. It's just gonna be for like sex for pleasure. But I would possibly wait. Yeah, chat. I would possibly wait until me and Farhan make these changes like next year of 2026. Like overall, you know, so you know, so you know, so. Oh, bro, I am close. Gotta get plenty of money. Watch. This is how I'm meant to do it, compared to how Angel does it. Because I remembered I specifically mentioned within my recent live streams, and I'm just gonna specifically mention within this current live stream is that Andrew is chronologically, he is physically young, a bit physically old, chronologically 26, just officially turned chronologically 26, just within legal terms, for whatever specific reasons, or just chronologically. Like overall within this year of 2025, which next year of 2026 he's gonna be chronologically 27, and he's a bit mentally wise. But yeah, Jay, he is a bit mentally wise. Coming for you. And I specifically mentioned that I'm physically young, Chet. Like, I am physically young. Motherfucker! Like, I am physically young, obviously, Chet. I am chronologically 20 and a half. And gonna be chronologically 21 in exactly like 1 more month, like on exactly January 11th of 2026. Pretty much in exactly 40 more days. But drinking would typically be 11 or 12 plus when me and Farhan make these changes. Like, changes overall, like next year of 2026. Like overall, you know, so. So yeah, I'll pretty much be 21 like next month. On exactly January 11th of 2026, like next month. Pretty much next year. And so yeah, pretty much be chronologically 21 next month, like overall, you know, so. And I'm mentally wise. Meaning, like, I'm more mentally wiser than all of the individuals, chat. Like, all of the specific individuals, chat. I specifically mentioned that I specifically... So pretty much, I'm mentally wise, chat, you know? Right? But, yeah, I am mentally wise, chat. You know, right? But, I am more mentally wiser, chat. Meaning, like, I'm more mentally wiser than all of the specific individuals. Yeah, than all of the specific individuals, chat, that I specifically mentioned that I outsmarted, that I specifically mentioned within my recent live streams, and just who I specifically mentioned within this current live stream, which is, you know, pretty much Angel, for example, and how I specifically mentioned about Angel within my recent live streams, and that, and who I just specifically mentioned within this current live stream, pretty much Angel, chat, you know. And if I could possibly mention about him within my future live stream, or just any individual specifically, that, like, any specific individual, like all of these specific individuals, chat, that I specifically mentioned that I outsmarted, like those I specifically mentioned within my recent live streams, and who I specifically mentioned within this current live stream, which is Angel, which I specifically mentioned about Angel within my recent live streams, and who I specifically just specifically mentioned about within this current live stream, and if and anybody I may possibly mention within my future live streams, and possibly Angel as well, like overall, you know, so. And as I specifically mentioned within my recent live streams, and I could possibly mention again within this current live stream, and obviously my future live streams, like overall, you know, so. But like, yeah, I'm not necessarily an asshole. I'm not necessarily a dumbass. And I'm pretty much smart. Excuse me. So yeah, as I specifically mentioned, like again, chat, like as I'm gonna specifically mention, like as I specifically mentioned within my recent live streams, and what I could possibly mention within this current live stream, and obviously my future live stream, or my future live streams, like overall, you know, so. So, I'm not necessarily an asshole. I'm not necessarily a dumbass. And I'm pretty much a smartass. Like, I am the smartass. Like, overall. You know? So, you know. So. Like, overall, you know, so. Pretty much, like, that's the whole point why I name my shit Sigma Asses, you know? Simply because I am the smartass. Like, overall, you know, so. So anyway, let me consider he myself and consider getting that guy. Unless he's dead. I'm just chilling at the moment. Hold on, let me see what he's at. Wait, how exactly is he dead? So I witnessed his cursor. Unless because I shot him and he lost blood or something. Like in terms of his arteries or just within his arteries. Like overall, you know, so. But yeah, Che, yeah, Cody, she is hot as fuck. Hold on, let me see what I mentioned earlier. But overall, yeah, I'm gonna show you what, like, the way I do this mission compared to how Andrew does it, or just any missions or anything specifically within GT5 Online. Like overall, you know, so. You know, so. Hold up, chat. But yeah, chat. Yeah, I'm looking for the do you know what's Cody. Plus, she's got a small tight pussy, so. So it's possibly gonna be an imaginable moment. With my dick inside hers, it's gonna be, like, plus hers is so young, like, because she's physically young. I'm physically young as well, but, like, hers does not necessarily have pubic hair, so that's like, just so soft. Especially when you perform oral sex, it tastes more saltier than older individuals because the more young you are physically, the more likely the taste would just, Plus hers is tight, so I may have to, like, use my fingers and separate, you know, the pussy itself and just do that, you know. And plus, she's 2 years from 7 years old, so she is gonna potentially go through her puberty phase, unless she already has. But I'm hoping she does not. I'm hoping she does not necessarily have pubic hair because I noticed that she doesn't, or she hasn't like developed breast. So I feel like if you develop that, then your pussy will start developing as well. I mean, hers is developing, but slowly. But rapidly is what puberty overall is. Like overall, you know, so you know, so. And plus, like, she's 7 plus. Pretty much from 7 years old, chat. Just overall, like 7 years old, chat, and beyond that point, chat. So pretty much, chat. From 7 years old, and beyond that point, chat. Pretty much beyond that, chat. So pretty much like 7 plus, chat, for both boys slash men slash guys slash. So yeah, pretty much. So yeah, pretty much 7 plus, chat. So yeah, pretty much. So yeah, chat. Pretty much 7 plus, chat. For like boys slash men. Yeah, boys slash men slash guys slash males, and girls slash women slash ladies slash females. Pretty much like 7 plus, chat. Like overall, so yeah, it's gonna be a great experience. Wonder how Cody's gonna sound, like when she moans. She's possibly gonna enjoy that experience because I'm gonna consent to her. But it's gonna be at my crib. Shit, actually, may possibly rent one, like a penthouse or something imaginable. When it comes to my sexual activity with them, it's gonna be like a threesome because isn't a threesome like 2 girls and 1 guy or 2 guys and 1 girl? Or a foursome like 2 guys, 2 girls? Who knows? Like overall, so like overall, so. But yeah, I would typically have alcohol, though, chat, like whenever there's like a party or something, like occasionally. Alcohol is more for celebrations. Or once in a while type shit thing, like overall, so. Okay, watch this. Okay, watch this. So this is how I'm gonna remove all these vehicles just to make room for the brickade. Oh yeah, another girl I have a crush on, but she's not like on YouTube. She's on Facebook, which is this one girl slash woman slash lady slash female. Which she is 30 years old. That girl, she is a mother, had kids at exactly 21, which her first one name is Briley. Speaking of that, that's the girl I have a crush on, as well. And Briley is 10, so she is 1 year older than Cody and Haven, like Haven and Cody. And obviously 4 years from 7? Hold on. No, 3 years from 7. And obviously I have a crush on her. I definitely do. But obviously, YouTube is gonna keep private of what I specifically mentioned, like over so. Another girl, as Mariah from Cartoon Family. Shout out goes to them, but yeah, YouTube is gonna keep private what I specifically mentioned, so I have to mention on the other live stream when I say shout out goes to them, so that they don't necessarily know. It's quite secretive, like over so. But they can't witness it, so I have to be the CEO, chairman, and president of YouTube to actually make it private, so that. Because when I say YouTube keep private what I specifically mentioned, pretty much they don't. But once I'm the CEO, chairman, and president of YouTube, anybody I mention like, oh, that YouTube keep private what I specifically mentioned, pretty much means like they won't necessarily witness like what I post. Because my dad, he follows me on TikTok and Facebook, so whatever I post, it's pretty much gonna be private. Like overall, so. But yeah, Cody though, I gotta think of any little girls, or little or younger girls. Pretty much little girls because of their height. Because Violet McGraw, I would consider her as a younger girl. Yeah, I'll definitely fuck her. Obviously, YouTube's gonna keep private what I specifically mention about her as well. Just anybody I mention, YouTube is gonna keep private who I specifically mentioned. Like overall, so. But yeah, Cody, yeah, she's the one. What I before the control die, what did I mention? But yeah, Cody, yeah, she's the one. I gotta think of other YouTubers or any individual like for example, those what's in Darman that I have a crush on. Gotta think of their actual names though. Like overall, so you know. So you know. Yeah, that's how you overall do it. Like overall, you know. But yeah, Cody, I can't think of anything about her. Possibly taking her on a date. If I were to add her to my relationship, possibly date her, marry her. Obviously, because if I'm dating her, I'm getting to know her romantically. But if I'm getting to know her romantically, like me knowing who she is, like overall, having a wedding, like have a wedding, or just like once me and Farhan make these changes, like next year 2026, like overall nothing, like just any specific changes, like any changes specifically, political changes, just like any changes overall, like overall nothing, especially political changes, just like any changes overall, like next year 2026, like overall nothing. Yeah, date her, take her on a date, marry her, have a wedding. Oh, make out with her, have sex for pleasure with her, take her to a strip club in LA or Las Vegas, to a nightclub. Oh yeah, and if she's 10, I could make an exception for her for when she's 10, yeah. I'll possibly make an exception for her to where, like, she could have a drink at 10 if she shows signs of a bit of a growth spurt and puberty. Because you could make an exception for certain individuals that are boys slash men slash guys slash males and girls slash women slash ladies slash females for 10. For 10, 9, or 8 plus. But typically it would be 11, 12 plus. Like when me and Farhan make these changes next year, like next year of 2026, like overall, you know. So yeah, take her to the casino so she can gamble, possibly get her playing lottery tickets, possibly for her birthday or just overall, like overall, you know. Let's make her online gamble. Like you can possibly compete. And have sex for pleasure. Possibly get her pregnant. If like I legalize polygamy relationship. Like obviously romantically to legalize polygamous relationship. Um like when me and Farhan, yeah, make these changes like next year 2026, like overall, so yeah, possibly get her pregnant when she's like 11, I would say. So she's currently 9, gonna be 10 next year. Oh yeah, she'll be 11 on exactly year 2027, but she'll still be 10 when I officially meet her. And then when she's 11, possibly like 2028, while she's still 11, she'll possibly give birth when she's like 12 or something, like overall, so. Or possibly while she's 11, so I'll have to see like how I'm gonna time it so that her child can be one, or our child, pretty much my wife Amber and Megan as well, child, when she's like 1 years old, when Cody's like 12. Well, Haven and Cody, but pretty much Haven will be the aunt, like overall, so I'm gonna ensure that it doesn't necessarily kick me up. I'm gonna I just love masturbating. For those who wants to masturbate, gotta be 7 plus. You can understand. Well, for girls slash women slash ladies slash females, for boys slash men slash guys slash for, like boys slash men slash guys slash males, possibly if your dick is a bit bigger, like whether you're 7 or not necessarily. So So pretty much like 7 plus chat for that shit. Like overall, you know. But actually, yeah, I'm gonna masturbate. But it's for both boys slash men slash guys slash. So pretty much for both boys slash men's slash guys slash males. Oh my god. Oh. So yeah, for both boys slash men slash guys slash males and girls slash women slash ladies slash females. Yeah, girls slash women slash ladies slash females. Pretty much 7 plus. Okay, masturbate chat. Like overall, no, you know. Well, anyway, actually, I don't have to masturbate AFK because I was gonna, but apparently it occurred to squirt. But yeah, when she mentioned nut and nut, that means like calm. She mentioned she's 17. Interesting. She's got a high pitched voice. Because typically when you're done with puberty, you don't have a high pitched voice. Well, actually, I actually did. I feel like it's more of like if you stop growing, that's when your voice is not necessarily high pitched. Despite me being done with puberty at exactly like 16 to 18 or whatever age I was finished with puberty, like overall, you're not supposed to, you know. I feel like when your dick stops growing, then you know for sure like, oh, you're done with puberty. So it was either from 16 or 18 for me. Like overall, you're not supposed to, you know. So. But mine was at exactly 16. I got finished. I would say so. That was actually 16. Who knows? Possibly the AI would know, or my doctor when I consider what issue one. Like overall, you're not supposed to, you know. I gotta do this one. Shit, after this I'm gonna hop off. I'm possibly gonna play The Walking Dead Season 4 later today, so I'm gonna play The Last of Us. Cause, oh, I love Ellie. She is 14. Seven years old. Pretty much she's 7 plus, chat. Because like, you know, pretty much she's 7 plus. Like overall, you know, so. Well, I don't necessarily need that. I need this bad boy. Oh yeah, another individual I have a crush on is Ella Anderson, but when she was a younger girl. Pretty much a little girl. But I still have a crush on her. And she is my age as well. We were both born the same exact year. And yeah, Cato Lee Robert, his birthday is on exactly my birthday. Pretty much we both have the same birthday. We're birthday twins. I definitely have a crush on Salish, when she was younger. To this day as well, like overall, you know, so. Damn, I gotta like blow it up again. Jeez. I get plenty of money for real, for real. Whoa! I am just looking for to surprise my homie Andrew. I was just thinking about that shit. That's why I was like. So yeah, pretty much I was thinking about something personal, but it was pretty much about that. So I was like, oh my gosh, I'm looking for to surprise him. I'm gonna cry. I'm gonna be having happy tears. I'll see if I'm gonna, because I don't cry. God of my Jesus Christ knows I'm not nothing meant to cry. Unless I'm proving to individuals that I have empathy, then I possibly could. Who knows? Damn, there's plenty of them. Get your ass up, you pussy! Just wasn't sure if someone's gonna. Bitch. What's up? No, go up, go up. I'll be sure to check where I left off, like after I killed them all. Unless this is like who I have a crush on. Pretty sure that's where I left off. So yeah, I have a crush on Jordan from Top the Jaeger. No, not Nelson, Elsie, Presley, Paisley. I'm not referring to Elvis Presley. Oh, hell no, hell no. That'll be considered gay. I'm just into girls. It's not nothing lust, it's love. So you got on my juice quite like over gnosis, you know. So. I don't know if they like that. That's why I typically hide and shit. Actually, I'm gonna see where I left off on the last bus, and I'm just gonna play beyond it, and then from the beginning of my dad's place on the PS5, just to ensure like over enough, you know. Oh shit! My body armor. Peek out, pussy. Pussy, peek out. Money, money. For real. Love money. Not out of greed, but out of generosity, like overall, you know, so. Damn, my guy's fucked up. I'm gonna see where I left off afterwards, like overall, you know, so. Or I'll see where I left off. Yeah, but yeah, that's pretty much what I have a crush on. Like overall, you know, so. And yeah, those girls from the movies. Keep about a dozen. Well, the girls, with the red hair. The one who acts like she's the sister. The one who plays as Jessica, and the other one who plays as Katie? Oh, I had a crush on her when she was younger. Like overall, you know, so. The one who was a hat acts like she's arrogant. Well, she's arrogant in the movie. Not in Cheaper by the Dozen 2. She's like, I need righteousness. She's like, I know I made mistakes, but you can't, like that's who she's pretty much like. But me, chat, you already know, chat, that I'm without sins, without mistakes, and very righteous. In terms of me being a virtue, like overall, so. And then we call him the vehicle. Leave this. But yeah, the guy who's gonna replace Lester is gonna have a police badge, so that would be like badass, like overall,
You calling for some wheels? I'm Johnny on the spot. I'll hook you up.
Like overall, so. But yeah, I've just mentioned I'm
It's
gonna hop
coming
off,
at
play
you.
The Last of Us, play quite a bit of it. Or you know what? I definitely want to consider watching Keep Up by the Dozen 2. Or 1, actually, not 2. I like the one Keep Up by the Dozen 1. Who else do I have a crush on? What other girls? Lorraine? Yeah, I got to do. Ooh. Hold on, let me search it up. Let me search up cheaper by the dozen 2. Excuse me, 1. Cheaper by the dozen 1. Cheaper. Oh, and some girls, I mean, they're just part of the movie. They're not like acting as much. Well, like where they're like talking, where they have dialogues and shit. I mean, they only have mini dialogues. I have a crush on them as well. Like overall, so. Okay. Let me see. One, two. Um. Two. Oh, it's Kim, not Katie. 1, 2, 3.
You coming over later tonight, honey? I've got a cute little teddy and a can of whipped cream with your name on it. Screw work. Mama needs some lovin'. Well, fine.
So that's how many I have to crush on. Like overall, so. But yeah, Piper Hart, yeah, we have crush on her. But when she was younger, like overall, so. Alrighty, but anyway, chat, I'm gonna end right here. Like for real though, if you want to see more of me playing GT5 Online, me playing Mission Solo, or playing with homie Angel and possibly RG potentially, just like overall, like overall, be sure to leave a comment down below. Also, like some Android taking each chat. But yeah, just like whoever I play with chat, or whether I'm playing independently. Like overall, so. But anyway, chat, yeah, I'm gonna end right here taking each chat. Well, before I end it right here. Oh my gosh, I'm quite near.
She's a beauty.
Like overall, so. But anyway, yeah, I'm gonna end right here taking each chat.